Welcome to today's reading. We have 4 groups for you to choose from today. Today's reading is just going to be what makes you great. So you can take a moment to pick whichever group you feel the most drawn to, and then we can use the timestamps in the description box to jump ahead when you're ready. For group 1, we have the Polychrome Jasper. Group 2, we have the Zebra Jasper. Group 3, we have the Golden Healer Quartz. And group 4, we have Peach Moonstone. Okay, so we'll get started with group 1. Hey, welcome group 1. If you chose a Polychrome Jasper, then this will be your reading today on what makes you great. And of course, like any other good reading, Spirit won't just get to the point if there's a more important message that needs to be heard first. And it's an energy I don't really like continually delving into it, but it's coming up for a reason, okay? And it is unfortunately one of those things sometimes that when you are really great, you can kind of shine a light on the things and other people that make them feel not so great, okay? So, yeah, I don't know. You take this whichever way it applies, but I have a person here who's not very happy with the hand that they've been given in life, and they feel the need to cut others down. And for some of them, it could be like a competition in terms of like, it could be academia, it could be just intelligence in general, or like wit or something. Could even be banter, could be that they're not happy with the relationships that they have. They don't feel nurtured or supported. And I'm not sure if this person is kind of like playing games that they shouldn't in a way that nobody wins, okay? And a lot of it is just like really holding on to things that they don't need to. It seems to me that it very much comes from a point of like, fear-based, a lack of self-love and self-worth, and thinking that they need to take it from someone else instead of looking inside and doing the work to sort of realize that they have it within themselves all along. Unfortunately, group 1, it appears that you are like that external focal point in which they, you know, you're what's kind of caught their eye, and it is just a part of a reflective process. And it's kind of unfortunate that it happens like this, but I think I don't know, I'm kind of being called to say something about like, you would have known when you like were agreeing to come do this life. I don't know if that sounds a bit too out there or too weird for some of you, but like, you know, in terms of like when people talk about soul contracts and stuff, you would have been like more than happy to say like, yeah, I love this person and I want them to, you know, realize how special they are, or I want them to be able to love themselves as well. And so like, yes, I will come and be this person, and sure, I might cop like a little bit of flack for it, maybe a lot, I'm not really sure. And I guess be part of that like process, or, you know, that initial spark or that uncomfortable kind of feeling that pushes this person to kind of look elsewhere. So at this point in time, it looks like it's still very much an external focus. Okay, so let's see, what have we got? Okay, first of all, group 1, I feel like we're sending you love. I actually do Reiki as well, so I feel very much like I've got the energy coming out of my hands going to you. So for those of you that are sensitive to energy, you will feel this. Reiki can't necessarily be felt by everyone, or it doesn't, not that it can't be, but just it's not everyone's either so sensitive to it, or they don't always feel it every way or every time. Doesn't mean that it's not doing something. But I very much feel like my hands light up, and so it's like sending you love, because I do feel like this person here, or I don't know if there's multiple people, I can't really tell. There's one specific person anyway, who I think has actually been effective in making you feel bad about yourself, or they've been effective in cutting down your confidence, or making you feel hopeless in some way, or making you feel a bit guarded, or like you can't actually be safe, or like you just want to be able to embrace the joy in life and you haven't been able to. Okay, so Spirit sending you love, wanting you to I don't know, I see beyond whatever this is right now. Okay, for some of you, I feel like this person could be a little bit hard to get by, hard to get past, hard to get rid of, hard to move away from, or something like that. Okay, I feel like we're kind of maybe a little bit more. Some of you may want to work with smoky quartz, and some of you may want to work with Polychrome, Jasper. Even if it's not Polychrome, maybe just like an orange, like a strong, deep orange type of crystal, earthy orange colors, maybe like clay-like colors or something, like a terracotta color. And I feel like it doesn't have to be a crystal. It literally could be like a clay, or just a rock or something that looks that color. But because it is like a grounding. But for some of you, it's like a really strengthening that like, don't be afraid to call this person out. Don't be afraid to say your piece. Don't be afraid to express how you feel. Because right now it looks like everyone else gets to accept you. I don't know, maybe some of you have been, and it's like, for you, it seems like a lot, but you're not really used to it. So it's like, could potentially be more. There's like power, there's strength, there's energy, there's like, I kind of get the energy of a feeling when a person plants their feet down and they stand up tall and they like, you know, actually say what they think and feel, and they don't, you're not sparing anyone's feelings today. And I feel like you've done it so much, and that's how this person's been able to like do this, right? So it's, you know, one of the things that is really great about you, and so this is where it'll probably start to tip and pour in a little bit, right, is that you actually do spare people from things that are just unnecessary and like unkind. And, you know, like if you don't have something nice to say, I feel like this is the group one that you actually don't, you don't say the things that aren't nice, like if they're unnecessary, because it's just, why would you need to or want to wreck somebody else's day just to like, I don't know, appease yourself or make yourself feel better or something like that. So I don't really know where this comes from. Hopefully I'm kind of expressing what it is, like I'm hitting it on the head, or like pulling out the right part of the energy, and it actually resonates for you. Okay, I feel like we're kind of good now. So, and this is the thing, it's like, part of me, when I have readings like this, I kind of want to have two timestamps for group one, because I want to have like one where there's like that initial message come through, and then I want to have one for like where the, you know, what is great about you, like the actual title of the reading theme is. But I think there's something here where it's like, you can't understand, you're not going to get the full effect of the why some things are happening in your life the way that they are, or you're not going to get that full effect of how great you are. So I feel like this is a group that you downplay how great you are. You're modest. I don't think, some of you, I don't actually feel like, for most of you, you don't even downplay it. I feel like you flat out don't know it. You like, you are modest and earnest by nature. But I feel like maybe it doesn't take a lot to make this group happy or something like that. And you just, I don't know, it just feels unnecessary. I just want to say it's unnecessary, it's unnecessary, it's unnecessary. So, yeah, and then, I don't know, like, I don't know if this person feels like the need to do these things out of like that lack mentality, or like being in a state of survival or something like that. But I've been in deep states of survival before, and I've not done underhanded things to people. So don't let people pass it off as an excuse, okay? And so like there are times where in these readings where I feel like the energy, people kind of need to be like, they need to be told the truth, they need to be held accountable, they need to understand the situation as it is without, like, it needs to be exactly just what it is, without like bias, without too much emotion, and it just like, it is what it is. And I think that it's part of the reason why I feel awkward about the readings that I do, like, I'm not sure if I like my own style, like I do. There's lots of value to it, but it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I can see why. But there's a lot of purpose to it for those that it does resonate deeply for. And so it's like that air moon, it's like cutting out the things that, like, we can get really caught up in our feelings, and we can get really caught up in the history of things, and we can be really charged from a lot of the things that happen in our life. And sometimes we kind of need to strip it bare back so that we can look at the situation at hand and actually like take stock of what's really going on. I feel like some of you, I don't want to say you've worn rose-colored glasses, but I think that you've just been, what do I want to say? I'm going to try to express it as best I can. Take it with a grain of salt if it doesn't really sound like it's not really your personality. But I want to say, like, some of you have been quite soft, and like you could have been like a really lively person. You could have had your bold moments. It doesn't mean that you're soft all the time. But I mean, maybe when you get into like a closer relationship or like certain situations, there is like a real soft side too. And I think that's what people play on. So yeah, I think it's like people see that little bit of give, or that like little bit of like accommodation, or that little bit of allowance, or something, whatever that is. And as soon as they see it, they're like, aha. And so they kind of, yeah, they're very much going to play on that, or they're just going to, I don't know, it's weird, it's icky, I don't like it. We've had this conversation before. Some of you may have actually tried addressing this with this person. I'm not really sure. I'm hearing no. Okay. Do they want to? No. It's a bit of a hesitant no, but it was like, no. Is it worthwhile them trying? They're just saying, like, don't hesitate to, like, don't back down. Don't hesitate to defend yourself if and when that time comes, and speak your truth. It's like really reflecting something else that I've been getting over the last couple of days. Some of you may feel like you're doing someone dirty or throwing someone under the bus by just like speaking the truth of a situation. But like they might actually be going around and spreading untruths about the situation. And like, not only does it not matter what they're doing, you're allowed to speak your truth. It's 100% valid. But this person's already like playing dirty or something. It's not like two wrongs make it right. It's just that you shouldn't, it's like there's something about you. It's like, I don't know, it's like you're very loving, very compassionate, or you can see things from that higher point of view, like that higher state of consciousness where you just don't feel the need to kind of like throw someone under the bus or really call a spade or something. Like, I don't know, it's like you don't feel the need to like publicly humiliate them or to get, I don't know, there's something here where you feel like it would be disrespectful, right? This person's already not giving you respect the first time that they did something underhanded, let alone the things that they're going around saying. So one of the things that is great about you is that you are like a highly respectful person, okay? But people are taking advantage of it. And so, yeah, the thing is too, is that I think that this group is actually strong. I feel like, I wonder if some of you are actually scared of the things that might come out of your mouth if you actually said what you thought or felt or what went down. Like, maybe not even the particular things that you would say, but I wonder if some of you are like scared that you would actually, your words would cut deep or something like that. And so you're not really out there to hurt people, but like, yeah, when push comes to shove, Spirit doesn't want you to just roll over so that these people can walk all over you. Spirit wants you to like say the hard truth. So if the point comes that someone like tries to address you or something, or you like, I don't know what it is, try to call you out, especially in a social setting, they're like kind of saying don't hold back just because it's like a social setting. And it's like hard too, because I feel like something that this person would do would be specifically to try to like bait you into some sort of like reactionary kind of argument or something like that, where it's like people around you don't really know the story, and so you're just coming off as this person being like really harsh or something like that. First things first, that's one of the reasons why Spirit wants you to actually like talk about things and tell the truth, not hold back. Don't cover up for this person, don't protect them, don't downplay it, don't minimize it. Some of you could have grown up where a lot of the people around you kind of minimize things that happen to you or something like that. I don't know, I kind of understand it, because when we have children, we like, man, we want our children to understand that minor inconveniences don't need to hold us back or set us back. So there can be that like good intention of where it starts, and it just sometimes gets taken too far. Other times it's just downright doesn't come from a good intended place, where like it's not about downplaying it. It's like being able to mentally take stock of the reality of what's actually happened, and being able to move forward with like optimism and grace, and like knowing that there's a greater purpose to your life and your situation and everything at hand, and just not really letting it like work us up or affect us or get under our skin, something like that. So yeah, if you're able to find a way where you don't let it affect you so much. And this is, yeah, you guys are really strong, but I feel like you're deeply grounded, deeply rooted, and very strong. I feel like if you could just stand up straight, maybe some of you, this is like the trick or the answer for this situation. I promise I'll get to more of the things that are great about you. But if you actually stood up straight and you like embraced your stance, it's like there's something here energetically about the power of your stance, that if you're standing up straight and everything is aligned and both your feet are on the ground and you are like standing in your power, there's like some sort of like ferocity and energy that's going to like come through. It's going to like sweep up. And when it does, it's like you might really have that potential to kind of let loose on a person. And maybe it's not really letting loose, but maybe it makes you feel empowered. So it's like, I think as long as you can kind of half temper that, I think that's what it is though. Some of you may be scared that you're like coming off on like you're not tempered or something. Don't worry about what people think. Don't worry about what this person thinks. Like, it's not about them. And this is the thing that this person is going to do to you every time after time. They're going to twist it back on you. They're going to deflect it. They're going to like guilt trip. They're going to take whatever it is that you say. They're going to twist it and they're going to put it back on you. It's not your job to accept it. Push it back. That's not mine. That's not the case. No, thank you. Blah. Like, this is what I have to say. Blah. And if some of you don't want to engage, that's great too. Like, I love it. I appreciate it. There's a lot of times in our life and a lot of reasons why we would not want to engage with a person when it's just like, especially if we know it's just pointless, right? Like, we just, I don't know, for some of us, maybe we're underestimating this other person, and that like it actually could potentially have a positive impact, and we don't know if we haven't tried. But I feel like this person has the potential to really weaponize anything that you say. So maybe what you do is I still want you to defend yourself if you, like, I'm saying like, it is the message from spirit. It is part of the reading. I do agree. So it is like part my opinion as well. You know your situation better than anyone at hand, right? If it's not a safe situation for you to actually stand up for yourself, please honor your safety first before anything. If it's like there are other factors at play here that are competing that make it not emotionally safe, even if it's like not physically safe, is like a whole nother thing. Like, if it's not emotionally safe, if it's not safe for your mental health, if it's not like maybe you've got kids around and you're just not about that, it doesn't really matter what the reason is. There could be like a number of reasons. Some of you just don't want to give it the energy and the attention, right? Because when you give it energy and attention, you can sometimes feed into it. There is an essence here that spirit does want you to stand up for yourself if it comes to it. So maybe you don't have to necessarily like approach this person. Maybe all it looks like is you let them have their say. Let them pour out, let them spew it all over the place. Are you done yet? Yeah, okay, thanks. I'll see you later. You let them get it out and have verbal diarrhea, and let them be all angry and say the things they need to. And if that doesn't spark you into some sort of like standing up for yourself, don't sweat it. They've had their verbal diarrhea spew and you just like wipe your hands clean of it. No, thank you. Give it back. It's not mine. It's not yours. We don't own it. Just no. Okay. All right. Smoky quartz might be a good one to work with if you are experiencing that situation, whatever. Maybe carry it on your pocket when you're going out or something in case you run into people, or I don't know, maybe you like work with it when you come home or something. For those of you that like you really kind of like lean into this, maybe having two so you can have one on you and one that's like kind of ready to use when you get home is not a bad idea, but that is what it is. Okay, so for this person, there's definitely evil eye coming through. There's definitely a need to protect yourself in whatever way you can energetically. If you can just like kind of imagine setting up an energetic boundary around you, that will be great. Even if you just close your eyes, you picture it in your head, you kind of breathe through it until you might feel like a slight energetic shift. Some of you will, some of you won't, doesn't matter. Do the exercise, see what happens. Maybe you'll learn something, maybe you won't. I don't know. Okay, now that we've done whatever that was and passed on that message, I feel like, look, there's still energy here. It's like this person's just really not happy with like where they're at or where your connection's at or whatever's played out or happened. I feel like they really don't want to acknowledge, like, I don't know. They're just not happy. Something else here. Why don't... Is it my viewer? No. I feel like a lot of them are just not happy with their own life, right? And that's why, yeah, I feel like we already kind of knew that. They're not happy with their own life. They don't feel fulfilled or something like that. They might see you trying to like, you know, incorporate joy or embrace joy in your life. That's what it is. We've hit the nail on the head because the energy shifted. They're struggling with how to bring joy and fulfillment into their own lives, so they're focused on you, okay? Now that we've acknowledged that, I need different cards, purple card, okay. Now that we've acknowledged that, hopefully we can move on to continue to build more of the backbone of this here. So, all right. So what is great about group one? You guys have a really great ability to continue to like look forward, to like see what else is out there, to look beyond your immediate scope. You have the ability to like imagine a greater future and easily become inspired or motivated to like do better or want something else for yourself. There's like, I do get a bit of optimism here. So for some of you, like, you know, I can't really help myself but like think about like maybe Sagittarius is like, even Leo, like fire signs. Usually Sagittarius and Leo are pretty optimistic in nature, in like in general kind of thing, in their nature. Yeah, and so you might not have those placements, doesn't matter. Maybe those placements could have to do with this person, I'm not really sure. But we're touching on the optimism anyway, and the ability to go the distance, definitely like strong Saggy energy. And I kept talking about temperance earlier, but yeah, we don't have a Saggy card here, but that's okay. Anyway, so you know what you want. I feel like that's it. You've got the ability to look out and work out what it is that you want in your life and what's going to be meaningful to you. And I think the thing is with this group, I think you're really good at embracing. You might not always see the path. Some of you might, and it's like you're really good at just seeing the path, the way forward. Others of you are like not really good at like maybe it's kind of blocked off to you and you don't have that accessibility, but you just like, you know what you want and you're just going to head in that direction and that's going to be all that matters to you. But you actually get there and you do come into union with like great people and people that are like soul aligned, and you manage, maybe it is a case that you find events that like other like-minded people, what am I trying to say? What's going on here? It's not about that. There is something about the events, but it's not what I thought it was. Let's see if we can get more. I'm just getting something about nothing else is better. So it's just like, you guys know what you like. You know what you want. It's one of the things that's great about you. This is the thing about this person too, this other person. There is no mistaking this. When they try to like play up to like being confused or misunderstanding something here, I feel like it's a cop-out because there is no mistaking this with you guys, okay? It's very apparent. I feel like it's very true to your nature. You're very authentic in that sense. Okay. I wonder if some of you have like a fire north node, if you don't actually just have like a fire placement or something like that. And it could be like an ambition or something that you're working towards in this life, is kind of that, yeah, I don't know. All right, what else is there? This. Some of you may just like resonate with being kind of at the start of your journey, but you're actually great at starting out. you're like great at knowing what you want. You're great at like knowing where to go. Something else here. Or like the ability to see beyond, what is it? To be able to see the forest from the trees and to be able to see beyond like whatever's initially in front of you. I feel like there's still like a lot of energy in these cards, and I just... Some of you have the ability to shine a light on things here. You really, and I don't even know which way I understand, which way I mean it. Like, some of you, there's something special that you can see. I don't know. I wonder if other people can't see it. Maybe some of you are kind of special and it's just, I don't know. I don't want to shuffle cards all day long. Are we not meant to take a card from this deck? Or do I just need to pick one? Just pick one. All right. Oh, this. Okay. Top or bottom? Maybe both. Okay. Oh, both blue. So like both authenticity. Some of you, it just could be this like sheer authenticity that, you know, it's like you, yeah, it's like not only are you just like maybe like a great person, but you're like truly authentic, and that's part of what makes you great as well. A new cycle of divine harmony and blessed alignment opens for me as I continue my soul journey with authenticity, expression, and trust. Yeah, so you guys, you have to trust that whatever you like, you know, if you do stand up to this person or say something or whatever, if that, like, if something, whatever this situation is, if it comes to a head and you need to say a piece or you want to, or you feel like it, and it's not really, some of you, it might be in your nature too, but there are some of you here that it's not in your nature to. Spirit saying like, don't hesitate, don't back down, trust your authentic, just trust, you know, just doing it. Okay, I don't know what yeah. I nurture my dreams along the spiraling creative path to higher fulfillment, nourished by hope and empowered by inspiration. Yeah, so whenever, if you're feeling unfulfilled, or if this stuff gets like a bit heavy for you or it weighs you down, whatever this stuff is with this person or these people, just focus on like what your passions are, what your inspirations are, that positive optimism, moving forward, know what you want, going after it, all of that. I'm just going to take a moment and see if I can pull anything else through here that might be like helpful, because I feel like we've done less of a what's great about you reading. Like, we've been pulling out some good stuff, like truly great compliments, like truly great markers of like things that are great about you. But they're just saying everything. I just said like, what is it that is truly great about pile number one? They said everything, like everything, everything, everything. So I feel like you guys, yeah, like attractive and balanced and inspiring. That's not like, do you know, I wonder if you are, if there is fire, but it's like that magnetizing quality, or like that, maybe not magnetizing, but like drawing in. People just get attracted to you, or they like want what you want, or they want what you have, or they just want you, or something like that. It's a bit, I don't know. I feel like that can be a double-edged sword sometimes, but there's like, you're great, you're really vibrant, you might actually be quite fun. Maybe not, you might, even if you feel like you're a bit more of a quieter personality, I don't really know, you know, different things for different people, but when you show up, you like, when you turn out, when you, I don't know, when you're having a good time, you're having a good time, and you actually make it great. Like, I feel like you could be really funny. This group could be pretty funny. Good banter. Great smile. Maybe good genes. I don't know, for those of you that wear jeans. Some of you could just be like physically attractive, or have like good bodies, or something, like good bodies. Like, you know, if the human body does its job, then it's a good body. But like, you know, more on that like physical appearance, and you know, something else. This person's really not happy with what they've got. Is it? I don't know, some of you, it could be you. Like, you're just not happy with like how things have been. I mean, it would kind of make sense both ways, wouldn't it? I'm just hearing there's something here about life that's not been okay, or that isn't okay. Yeah, it's really upsetting. missing? Just there's like a lot here that's great about you that's like internal, that you couldn't put like an external marker of success on, or an external, like you couldn't identify it physically from the outside if you wanted to. So some of you may get overlooked in terms of like people just making like those snap judgments on your physical appearance. So like some people won't even talk to you and give you the chance because they just like see you on the outside and they just assume something about you because of like people they've dealt with previously in their life leading up to that kind of point. Or they might see something that you wear and they might just like snap judgments. I feel like this group, there's something here where people, I don't even know if it's like a judgment as in like, it's a different type of energy. It's like, people they don't understand you. I was almost going to do, I actually picked the theme of today's reading for once, not spirit. It probably makes a lot of sense why they're just like pushing other stuff through in this reading as opposed to the theme of the reading, but we are gonna like keep pushing it like to try to get that theme on point. But now I feel like I'm jumping all over the place. Some of the things that are great about you are internal things, okay? Yeah, so some of it, it's just like misunderstood. Some of you are just like deeply misunderstood. And so, you know, some of you, Scorpio in like Western astrology can come through under like Pluto, but in Vedic it can come under Mars. So it's like still a water sign, but it's kind of like, I don't know if it's correct, but you could resonate with like so much water it feels like fire, if that makes sense. Yeah, anyway, might not be the case, may not be for everyone either. It could just be like a specific message for a couple of people here, that reference about the Scorpio thing. Oh man, there's something straight up and down here that's like there's something here that like can't be ignored. There's something here that's like very factual. It's physically in front of you. You could touch it with your hands, like it's tangible. It is already in existence. It's undeniable. You can't miss it. You can't hide behind it. You can't do anything about it, but just embrace it. And it's kind of like, I'm getting it almost in terms of reference to this tree. And, you know, like there's so many good things about trees. Like, why can't you just sit under the tree, or, you know, when it's like really sunny and be shaded and not get sunburnt or not get as dehydrated or not as hot and just, this is such a weird reference. You guys, please bear with me because I do feel like I am jumping all over the place here with this reading. Hopefully it is resonating for you, but also I can't help but this is just like what's coming through, okay? So some of you have like a deep, great appreciation just for like the natural world or pre-existing things. And some of you have a great affinity for like facing adversity, and you might be like, I don't know, is it petulant? You might be a little bit like, why do I have to do this? Or just like unnerving in the face of it, or like, what is this pish? Why do I have to do this? But like you actually, when it comes to it, you get through it and you make the most of it. You're really skilled. You take action when you need to. You're able to like clearly think. Some of you could be good at compartmentalization. Like some of you are just able to pull your feelings back out of a situation and just hit it head on and just like do what you need to do, get the job done. And then you can like kind of free yourself up to like move on and like, you know, sort of ground yourself again. And some of you, the things that have like that, the fear and insecurity we were touching on a bit earlier, some of you, it's like the adversity that you faced has kind of thrown that at you. And so grounding yourself and realize, like, I think that this group, when you find this place, you know, it's like, I think you already have a goal in sight, which is great. And I think you're on your way there. And I feel like there's something about it where like, I don't know if it brings you into, I'm getting soul alignment. I was going to say, I feel like it brings you into union, but I feel like if that's the case, it might bring you into like union with your soul or union with your higher self or whatever it is that you kind of, vibe with or resonate with. Some of you could genuinely just actually like come into contact with like a great partnership and go into like a physical union, and that would be like fantastic because I feel like they'll actually be fun and vibrant, and it just, there would be nothing better, right? Because a lot of partnerships, they kind of get like a bit of a like stale, or just like, I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like this would be a great one if that is what it turns out to be for you. Getting something about anything else would be better. So maybe this group is not really interested in a relationship, so it might actually catch you by surprise that like you just like, you know what you want. Look at these two cards side by side. Let's see. All right. She's like back turned, looking in another direction. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. I got my backpack and all that, and I'm headed out. And I'm like putting this torch out because I'm only going to carry one, and I've got my little light here that will shine the way. It's like you can see in the dark. There's almost something here. It almost makes me think of like the Hermit card, but like without the whole mentor kind of introspective aspect. This is more like, I feel like this group is a bit better integrated or aligned or something. Anyway, you know where you're going, and you got your back turned on anything else really. Like you haven't been left with much or something like that. I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, little do you know what's kind of around the corner for you is some sort of like soul alignment or union here. I wonder if some of you actually like move to a different place and you actually like, I don't know, if probably like a really small number of people go live in some sort of commune, or like maybe you like go on like a overseas tour or something like that. Oh my God. Holiday, or like go backpacking or something like that, and you actually meet a person who's really important for you. Like they're actually like a pivotal person in your life. Or maybe when you go on that holiday, like, I don't know, it seems like an extended holiday. It seems like, 3 months to 12 months or 18 months or 2 years, even something it's like a soul journey, and you find yourself or your person or your purpose, or like I feel like you already have your purpose, so I feel like you're just making it happen, but you find this on the way. Okay, and this is a couple, I think they're meant to be in a church, but also like check out all the wands ahead. Lots of blessings coming your way, even if it's not necessarily a partner. I think there's someone overseeing this, and it could be like a spirit guide or an older paternal figure in your family. It actually does definitely feel like a masculine energy. I usually don't really throw genders out there. It does feel more like a physical masculine, but it might not be. So just take that as it resonates. Is there anything else here that we need? No. Okay. I just want to see if I can get like a little bit more about like what's great about you. I feel like you guys are pretty sharp. I feel like you guys have got a sharp tongue. I think you know it. And if you don't have a sharp tongue, you like are kind of scared that you do. So it is, I think this group would be great at being articulate or articulating things very accurately and truthfully. I think this group also has like a kind of sense of urgency. It's one of the things that's actually great about you, is because you don't go stagnant, you don't get stuck, you don't waste your life, you don't get too comfortable. Yeah, I think it helps keep you like fun and vibrant and like a youthful type of energy, is because you just keep moving. There's something here that's like, I don't know, this is a bit weird because it's kind of beyond like the cards, and it's just like what's extra stuff. I like wanted to give group one more of what is great about them, because it's just so much been about other people, and it's like really villain era. So some of you may be stepping into it's like kind of funny because I've seen it around a little bit, where it's like for some people they're like saying that they're in their villain era. I think I seen a meme or something, and it's like really your villain era is just like having boundaries or something like that are like just normal, healthy boundaries that should just be like the flat level expectation for like any relationship or person. So that's great. Kudos to you, group one, for like stepping into your power, having, like living up to having boundaries and keeping yourself like, putting yourself first in terms of like not being walked on. So that's really great. I'm really happy for you. Some of you could have great hair. I don't know. Take your picks, like whatever floats your boat, right? I feel like some of you could have like hair that you're just like, what are you even talking about? But there's some of you here that it's like, some of you just may not really think you have great hair, and some of you do. And I don't know why I always get this come through as like an aspect of like one of the things that's usually positive about people is always one group that has great hair. Anyway, we already did great physical appearance. We already did great intellect, great articulation, great communication, great like, I think this group is like great at intention setting, knowing what you want. You're like passionate, or you get inspired. Even if you're not super passionate, you get very inspired and very motivated. And I feel like you just, once you lock on, you're like, this is what I want and I'm going after it and no one can hold you back. And that's really great. And some of you, like, you have a soul that keeps people warm. So when you finally get to your safe place and you don't have these people around doing this sort of stuff, people will be able to see more of the things that are great about you because you've been given the space to be able to open up in like a safe environment where you can kind of contain the fire in a good way, so you don't have to burn other people. Not that I feel like that's what this group is trying to do, but you might accidentally burn people when they're like, you know, not allowing you that space. And it's like, yeah, I feel like this group, you're like, it's not that you're harmless, because you could do harm if you wanted to, but you're just kind. You like don't want to do people harm, and that's really great. Whew. Okay, something here I'm being called to say that this group is like very healthily aspected in your birth chart, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know what type of birth chart, but there's just something naturally great about you that like maybe part of your soul contract or your astrology placements or something. And I don't want to reduce you as a person down to your birth chart. It's just there's like something extra in there that I think if you looked into it, you may take you a while, I'm not sure, but there's something here that it's like, actually, there's something great about yourself that you don't even know, that I didn't even touch on in this reading. That's kind of like a little surprise for you, for those of you that are interested in that stuff, that if you do go look into it, when you realize what it is and the penny drops, you'll actually be like, oh my God, I never understood that about myself before. And then it'll make more things click into place for you. It's like an extra piece of the puzzle that you didn't have before. And I think you will greatly appreciate that about yourself, even if on the surface it doesn't look great to other people. Yeah. Okay, anything else here? No. All right. Oh, one more card. Oh, man. Whoa, that's the one. Okay, Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realm. Yeah, I feel like, oh, and Transformation. So I feel like one more. Okay. Okay, so this group, you're definitely being spiritually led, or you have some, like I said before, even if it's not like a physical paternal or masculine figure in your life that might be like a little bit older, or like a leader of some kind, some level of authority. I actually feel like some of you have like a masculine spirit guide, or if they're not masculine, they're very strong and protective or something like that, and they oversee, but they're very wise. They've almost got like a kinship. If there may be like an ancestor, maybe not just necessarily like a random kind of guide. Do you know what it gives me the energy of? Not quite the same. Like there's a bit more fire there. It's almost like, oh, I'm hearing sage. Okay, so that might be resonant for some of you. But it's like, you know how you get like the monks that like are very super like wise, introspective people, but they can also like do martial arts and stuff. This person's kind of like that, but they're not a monk. They may just be like whatever their natural, original authenticity. Like they don't really fit a category. They're just like, they're on it. Like overly, I don't know, joyful, peaceful, happy. I don't know what it is, but they've got your best interests at heart, 100%. Anyway, and so that is like that helper in the subtle realm. Whether you're aware of it or not, and they are helping, they're assisting in this transformative process of your soul, this like coming into alignment or whatever that looks like for you. And this card, I didn't really feel drawn to it, but it kind of come out and I felt like it's a lie. I didn't feel drawn to it. It's like the human me was like, we don't need that card, and then they're like, you do need that card. So we've got Mintaken, I don't know how to pronounce it, so just bear with me. Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So some of you could be a light worker yourself. There's like lots of energetic, I'm getting something about energetic coding. Some of you could do like light language, or I don't know, maybe some of you do like leyland healing or something like that. And just, some of you could So you could be a teacher. I don't think you are a teacher. I think you're like on a quest for your own knowledge and your own development, or your own, I mean, this is a thing, right? Is that some of you might have that potential to be a teacher and really live up to that. But I think you're on your own like soul journey for that soul alignment that we keep talking about. So all this is pretty great. If you don't necessarily like subscribe to or resonate with Mintuck, it could just be like a starseed thing, or a sometimes I get like starseeds and like Atlanteans and Lemurians thrown all in the same category, in that same, they're like a similar type of energy or vibration or something like that. So for some of you could resonate with any of that as well. And we've got some beautiful colors here too as well, so that could be something for you. I do want to say, it's just, I kind of don't want this reading to go on forever because it's already been like a massive one for you, group 1. But for those of you that are still with me and you're interested, we're here, we're doing it. We're just going to get this last bit out. So it's like, some of you may find a deep, deep comfort, and it's just weird. And I don't know if you'd even understand it about yourself, and about like dressing in earthy tones or subdued colors or subdued tones or something like that, where like I'm kind of picturing like autumn neutral tones, or like greens and browns and oranges, or like beiges or grays or something like that, like sort of warmer, earthy, subdued tones. And it like makes you feel safe and comfortable, and it's really good for you, and it's kind of grounding and stuff, and it's actually really beautiful. But you like, they're not really the colors that you necessarily, if someone asked you, oh, what's your favorite color, you would not say brown. Maybe some of you would. I feel like if you're a great deal of you, the colors shown up in these cards here would be closer to it, like greens and aquas and blues and purples and pinks and things like that. Maybe even a little bit of orange or something, I'm not sure. But like these more like kind of vibrant colors, and that's really like something that would help light your heart up, or that you kind of enjoy. And it's like finding a balance between the things that make you comfortable. Some of you may have a problem with wanting to blend in and not draw attraction. Maybe it's that thing though, isn't it? If you're like a really attractive person and you like draw in a lot of attention from other people, maybe sometimes it's unwanted and unnecessary attention. And so you like try to dull yourself down. I don't think Spirit wants you to. I think Spirit wants you to like kind of embrace wearing the color that you like. Sometimes it's good to have that comfort. I know it's weird, right? Because, you know, there can be that energetic link, and sometimes it's what we really need, is that like grounded kind of comfort and helping us feel calm. And maybe that's something that you do, is like you feel calm, and it's just better for your nervous system overall to like have those earthy tones, and that's okay. Yeah, I don't think people understand that it's not for like a fashion point of view always. Some of you it could be, you could just love your neutrals and whatever, but it can be a whole vibe on its own. But for some of you it's like, I don't know, you don't want to bring in that extra attention, and I understand why. Okay, that's it. Well, group 1, I hopefully this was helpful to you all in some way, and hopefully you found like, I still hope that you got out of this reading what it was that is not only like meant for you and really helpful and really resonant, but actually like something that you're able to enjoy despite this energy that sort of wants to come through and needs to announce itself and needs to be acknowledged. And we don't even need to focus on it. I feel like you're such a great person on your own that it's no wonder why you would have some, like, you know, this unwanted attention. Okay, so if you can ever just resort back to understanding that you are a person of inherently great value and just great attributes, there's a lot here about you that's just really wonderful. Maybe that's the thing that you need to think of when people want to try to say things like, okay, anything else? That's it. That's everything. Thank you, group 1. Remain true to your like authentic expression in life. Hopefully this is helpful and enjoyable. Hopefully you enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you all in another one. If this resonated for you, like, if you want to see more of these, I can't speak properly anymore. It's like gone too far. If you want to see more videos like this, please leave a like or comment. I know, even if you just want to share your experience, that's always great too. So other people can sort of we can help out more than one person by sharing our experience sometimes, if you're comfortable. So thank you, much love, see you later. Welcome group 2 to today's reading. If you chose the Zebra Jasper, then this will be your reading today. Today's reading is all about what is great about you. So I do feel like there is a bit of a side message here that wants to come in from Spirit, that they're going to use this opportunity to kind of put it out there. But before we get too into it, I just want to kind of run with what I can already see is great about you. So I feel like starting off, some of you are actually like deeply loving people. You're very loyal. You're very like, you have great long-term relationships. You're a person that people can rely on. You're respectful. Think about like a longevity here. Like you've got like a good to and fro, give and take. You've got a good, but like without needing to even think about pulling out the rap sheet or anything. It's like you've got a good sense of like trust. You've got a good sense of there's like a calmness here. There's like a almost happiness here or something like that. I think your needs are met, and I think you're good at meeting your needs. I think that's what it is. You're good at taking care of yourself. Some of you may even be like good at like pampering yourselves or something like that. So these are like all things that you're great at. Some of you are great at the way that you dress and present yourself to the world. Some of you are great in like terms of your charisma. Some of you just have like great personalities in general, and it's actually like really wonderful to come across something like that. I feel like you could be quite vibrant. You could kind of light up people's days. You're just like a nice person to be around. People really appreciate the conversations that they have with you because they always feel you're one of these people that leave people, what is it, that saying? There's a saying. Some of you might even be really great at like, you know, reminding people or being that person that could like finish that sentence for that person if they do get a little bit stuck on their chain of memory. But it's like that leave a person feeling better, or leave a situation or the world or a person or a conversation better than like you know, how you entered it or something like that. And it's kind of that attitude of like uplifting people and just being polite or just being happy or like being warm or like a little bit of lovingness or something there. And I think that you do it really well, and you do it in such an earthy way that it like doesn't really, people don't really read into it. You don't really read into it. It's just got like good there's a practicality to you where it's like, you're very good socially. This group, you are great socially. You're like a kind, loving person, and you're just great at what you do. And I think you're great. Whew, I almost want to cry. I'm like starting to get a little bit emotional, right? So some of you are like great at just embracing your heart, and you're great at embracing the people around you, like a great support network. This is the person, you are the person, group 2. I don't know if I was saying group 1 before. If that resonates and you feel drawn, go check it out, but it's different. Group 2, you are the person that if you dropped off the face of the planet tomorrow, there would be about 20 people looking for you within the first, like, I don't know, I wanted to say 3 hours, maybe it's 36 hours, I'm not really sure. Like you might actually have a big family, or you might be great at like creating a sense of family, or just like some sort of currency in terms of like routine with like social interactions and engagement. And so some of you, like, you could have a business, and that could be one of the things that's like kind of great about you, or that you are great at. It's like you are a great business person, or you are great at like, maybe you don't own the business, but you kind of like, you are great at the work that you do that really helps the business or the community or something like that. You're actually, I don't think I have a bad thing I could say about this group in terms of that stuff. Okay. Some of you are great at embracing people at any and every level that you meet them at. It doesn't matter if they're down at the bottom, doesn't mean if they're at the top. It doesn't matter if they're like petulant and immature, or if they're like old and grumpy and senile. Whatever it is, it's like you're great at seeing to the core of a situation and still being respectful and having meaningful conversations with people, even if they don't really go too deep. You're great at making people feel loved and secure and part of a community. Okay, that's really important. I hope you guys are proud of that. I hope you guys really take pride in that. I don't know. I don't really pick up on like a prideful nature about you, although I think that you may take great pride in your appearance and how you present yourself. I don't feel like that's fundamentally like built into your core personality of like having so much pride that like things are above or below you, you know what I mean? Okay, so now that we've got that, some of you are like you're great like taking care of people. That's what it is. You're like great at taking care of like your children or extended family members or animals or something like that. You just, I want to say group 2, you're probably great at bringing home the bacon as well. I just, okay, anyway, even if you don't eat it, right? Okay, done that. Now, what is this death energy that we have here? Okay, so 10-10. So some of you could have like been completing some sort of cycle. I don't know, is it Sun cycle? Sun cycle, I can't speak anymore. Some of you, you're great because of the things that you've had to overcome, right? So you've really like developed into this person that I've just described, or yeah. Others of you, it's like this greatness can take a toll on you, where it may almost kill you keeping up with it, but you're just so great at it that you do it anyway. And so this might be that where that side note kind of wants to step in here, where it's like Spirit's warning you to please be great at taking better. I don't know, it's weird because I felt like you were so great at taking care of yourself, but I feel like you just had so much on your plate that like maybe keeping up with all of it can be a lot. And I don't know, for some of you, it's like, there's like, I'm getting the word succinct. I've heard the word succinct before, but I can't really remember what it means. So that may be one that we want to look up afterwards, but I'm getting succinct betrayal. And so for some of you, it's like people aren't happy with this life that you've created for yourselves. Like group 2, what you were great at is like building a world in which you enjoy living in, and people see that and they can't help themselves, okay? They want it, they don't know how you did it. The thing is here is that I don't think they could even fool themselves into believing that you could be like tricky in any way. It's like they see you and they think that you're like, I don't know, you could be a little bit lucky. I don't know if you are lucky or not. I think you've actually just been very practical, very grounded. You've got a good sense of decision making. You've put in the steps that you've needed to. You have been met with praise and reward where you have put in the work, and, you know, like you've very methodical. This group 2, you are great at being methodical. Like, I don't know. I'm getting something about method actors and I can't tell if my brain's just like grabbing at a word that sounds the same or if that actually is resonant for some of you. But it could be these people are coming through as like a method actor. So they might actually come across as a person very, very much on your level, but they're not. That's the person who's very, if anything, they don't understand why you have everything you have. And it almost gives me Keeping Up with the Joneses vibe. And this group 2, you didn't even know you were the Joneses. You just live a good life and you're just happy living it. And you just, I don't know, maybe it hasn't even always been easy for you, but you make it look easy because of how adept you are, how good you are at this. And like what you foster grows. Yeah, okay. All right. Do we want to talk more on it? No. Okay. We already mentioned the mirrored energy of how these people could come across as people similar to you, but they're not. Okay. I want you to know most people appreciate you. 9 out of 10 people appreciate you. It's like probably less than even 1 out of 10. It might be 1 in 20 people that have this whole like keeping up with the Joneses. Like frenemy, that's what it gives. It gives frenemy hard. And like, you may know this. I don't know. But I think that this group 2, you're actually you're above it in a sense that, not that you think that way of yourself, like you don't put yourself on some unrealistic pedestal, but you're genuinely above engaging with that, and you just understand the nature of people. I feel like this group 2, you are great at you're adept at navigating the physical world, and you do it well with adeptness, okay? That's one of the things that you're great at. So if that wasn't enough compliments for you in a day, hopefully, you know, maybe if you weren't having a good day because people have been trying to throw knives in the back or something like that, just know no one can ever take this away from you. They can, you know, people can try, let them. Let them throw their energy at it, make themselves look bad. I don't know, let them reveal their true colors, because the cost of whatever it is that they could possibly undo for you now has got nothing on what it could be in 10 or 20 years, okay? Let them show who they are now. Let them, even if it's not just to you, even if it's to other people in your safe little community that you work so hard to look after. Much love, Groot 2. You're truly great. Keep it up. Don't sweat the haters. Keep building. Take a bit more time for yourself. Like, you've got to keep you resourced. Some of you, I don't know, I didn't pick up on it before, but some of you, it could be ill health, okay? Nourish that healthy body as best you can with whatever you've got available to you. Some of you, it may be your turn to let others take care of you and be on that receiving end. I feel like you can do it, so take care. If you like this video, leave a like so that we know what sort of videos you like. This was actually a video topic that I picked today. That was not one that Spirit chose for once, so it's kind of nice to have that bit of like flexibility there. But anyway, take care. Oh man, there's so many cards. All right, welcome Group 3 to today's reading. I just want to let you know before we get into it that I also was hearing Group 1 as I was pulling these cards. So if you were already drawn to it, this could be confirmation for you that Group 1 could be relative as well. I just want to warn you, Group 1 was a very long reading. It was just a lot side notes coming through that were not necessarily on theme, with messages that Spirit felt were necessary. So yeah, if I didn't say it before, if you chose the Golden Healer Quartz, and this will be your reading for today. I don't know, is this Golden Healer or Sunstone? I'm not sure. For those of you, I thought that was Golden Healer, but for those of you that know your crystals, just comment and let me know. Like, yeah, see what we get. Anyway. Okay, so they're kind of doing the same thing here where we're not jumping into what's actually great about you just yet. They're going to pull out these other messages first, and then we're going to work through our, what's great about you as we go kind of towards the end, and we're going to like really tie it all together, and it'll make a lot more sense, and it'll have a bit more of a profound impact in your psyche in a way. If you're able to get through listening to this other part first, that is not so relevant to the topic, okay? All right, side note finished. We have two people here. All right, so the first person that we have, I feel like they've got their back to the wall and they're a little bit defensive, and they might be like, defensive. Yeah, defensive. Okay. And they're also, there could be like a level of like maturity or wisdom here that's like a different type of maturity or wisdom to what you're used to. Unless this is you, of course, so just take whatever resonates. They also could be like Saturn ruled, or they could be like good. They're facing, I want to say they're suffering some type of restriction at this point in time. And that could have to do with like why they're feeling like their back is against the wall, or they're, they're being forced to be defensive. I don't even think that this is like uncalled for defensiveness. It is being forced to step into the energy of being defensive. This person is having to protect themselves while trying to orchestrate working with the elements simultaneously. For some of you, it could be like a deeply spiritual pile, and you are having to deal with like some sort of like spiritual attack or something like that. Only take that if it resonates. It's obviously not going to be the case for everybody here. But it's like holding up those energetic boundaries and doing what you can to protect yourselves. Some of you are starting to do energy work again, and you may not have been able to for a while because of whatever was going on. Golden Healer will be a great stone for you to work with, just with yourself. You can meditate with it, do like energy healing or Reiki or something with it would be good. If you can't do that stuff because it's kind of beyond where you're at this point in time, just take it with you. Put it in your pocket, whatever you can do. if you don't have that crystal, you don't need to. You could pray or meditate and kind of ask the universe or your guides to fill you with an energy or a light that is similar to that of a golden healer or whatever it is for your highest good that will help kind of with this transitionary period that you're going through. I feel like some of you are closing out a cycle, and there is that, like, there is a maturation here though, like a maturing, is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I don't know. This seems like soul development to me. Yeah. Okay. Now, this second person could be Libra. Could be water signs, but it's like I don't know. It doesn't feel like a bad energy, but there could be like a sense of like planning. Yeah, like being organized, being ahead of the game, kind of trying to set things up so that it doesn't feel bad. So I don't want the language that I use to kind of portray it that way. It's like this person wants to set things up or plan in such a way that things work out in their favor, but it's kind of just in the way that they do it. Like they're not trying to cheat the book. I don't know. It's weird because part of me wants to say that they are. So maybe that's what this defensiveness is. Like maybe some of you, there could be like legal stuff here or like contracts, or there could be, some of you may feel like this person is, it could be vice versa, okay? So just flip the energy if that's what resonates for you, because we could be like talking about your person or we could be talking about you. So some of you may feel like this person is, or this person could feel about you, like you're trying to be strategic and you're trying to shut them out, or you're trying to kind of gridlock them into a situation using control or something like that, to control the dynamics or shift the scales in your favor. But it's not. It's like being methodical, and they are using planning, but I feel like they are more worried about just being fair and just and making sure that like things are fair and even. And I don't know, depending what side of this you're on, could leave you feeling defensive because of some of the steps that they've had to take. And if it is legal, I could totally understand why, because you've probably had to jump through certain hoops or face certain things because something has turned legal. And so it's like, you may not have necessarily done anything wrong, but when a situation has no good solution, it could be the only thing that people can do is to move through it in this like methodical, matter-of-fact way where we just are looking to be factual and achieve results in an objective way, so it's fair and equal for everyone, and that's what matters. But being on the receiving end of this could make you highly defensive, or almost like hyper vigilant or hypersensitive or something like that. I don't know if that's the case. Only take what resonates. Some of you have got someone here that like has got you back, which is great. Some of you, it's for the better part of you, it's like you might feel like you've got your back to the wall, or this other person does, if that's the way it goes. But the goal of this person here who's kind of trying to like methodically take these steps for this like fair and equal outcome is that they just want good community and good family, or like fulfillment, being around loved ones, something like that. Okay, they want peace and contentment. Yeah, and they're just doing what they have to get through it. Yeah. Now I don't know what else have we got. What else is here? What are we missing? I don't know. Even though I feel like I was saying that you guys could have potentially been defensive, or your person could have been, I feel like you were still sticking to the facts, like you were still being straight down the line. I feel like some of you could have just been putting up a boundary, and maybe this person put you in a position where you had to put up like a really hard boundary, and it might not be in your nature, and so that might be the thing that makes you feel like very defensive. It's because it's like you disrespected it once, don't do it a second time. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe it's been like a number of times, and so you've had to like really bring down the hammer or something like that, and it's just like teaching you practice over time to do it in such an effective way where you're like really growing that muscle to where it's like not such a thing for you to have to worry about anymore down the line. Like you're actually going to get quite good at it to a point where you won't fall into this position again. Okay. All right. So now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to bring the 4 together because I feel like there is some sort of like mixing. Some of you, it could be like 2 parts of yourself they actually swing between, where it's not really like it could be both things are true. Like you could be going through a situation with someone like that where it's like there's some sort of having to follow like some sort of rules or being by the book or something to not like get tripped up on something because people are like paying attention or whatever, trying to navigate like an icky, I don't know, just whatever that is. Trying to be fair and balanced. But others of you, it could be like your own energies in which you're kind of flicking between. Like, you know, sometimes you do have to have your back up against the wall to be protective, like to protect yourself in that kind of defensive stance. But then like you actually are really great. Here we go. We're coming into it. Group 3, welcome. Welcome to the things that are great about you. You're actually really great at being able to kind of like put that aside and look at the facts and what do we need to do to just move forward kind of thing. Like, what is it that we need to do to be by the book so that everything is fair and just? Okay, cool. So we've got that. Intelligence, logic. When I say compartmentalization, I want to say it in a very healthy way. It's like you're able to, maybe I'm using the wrong word for it. I feel like this group would also be quite articulate as well. So you would actually probably know the correct word to say. But I feel like you're able to put your own shit aside, your own pish aside, forgive me, and just look at like the bigger picture. What does matter? I don't know. It's like, you're able to carve out the things that do and don't matter and look at them very factually, very objectively. What's going to work? What's not going to work? Why do we have to do this? By being reasonable. This is fair to both parties, blah, blah, blah. And you may come off cold in this stance, but I think you are doing what you have to do inevitably, okay? And it's kind of like for the betterment of everybody involved. And it is that bigger picture energy. And it is like you might go through... Some of you, this could be a process that is actually quite restricting to you, or it could be like a hard lesson that you're learning. Something that you're experiencing could just be a lot, okay? But it is really that character development in terms of like that reaching, like a maturing of yourself. I feel like this group, you're gonna gain a lot of wisdom from whatever this is, and I think that you're going to build a really good life for yourselves because of it. And maybe not because of it, but like on top of it or after this, or, you know, it's going to help you really like pinpoint the things in your life that matter to you. And you're going to know how to approach it. You're going to know how to protect it. You're going to know how to like discern what's real and what isn't. And you're going to know how to, protect it, go after it. I don't know if I can say enough. You're going to be, I feel like, Group 3, you have a type of wisdom that not everybody does. Even wise people, it's like a different type of wisdom. Some of you are quite tapped in with spirit or the universe in some way, whether you like... I feel like if you are Group 3, one of these people that's kind of tapped into the universe here, you would know that you are. It just may not look like what it does for a lot of other people, and that's okay. And it's good for you to embrace that regardless. Some of you will come into a counterpart that will really embrace this with you. And it's like that being in tandem with the universe. Almost like a co-creating with the universe. It's not an energy I get very often, and I feel like everybody is, right? If we're manifesting, we are co-creating with the universe. But I feel like this group, there's some sort of adeptness that you have to it where you're like, maybe some of you have like Aquarius in your chart. There's air signs here all the way. And look, we do have the universe, so there could be fixed signs as well. And, you know, Aquarius is a fixed air sign, so it definitely is on point. But yeah, I'm hoping that I haven't lost it, but like some of you are embracing like the weird parts of yourselves that look so out there and outlandish and alien to other people, and it's just like, it's eccentric and it's just like, it's weird and beautiful all wrapped up into one, and it's like people don't understand it and they don't need to, and it's the thing that sets you apart from the crowd. And it doesn't matter how people see that. It's like there's a type of like neutrality here where it's like, yeah, I just am what I am, and I might be a bit weird and this might be the life that I live, and you might not understand it, and that's okay, but I stand by it. And I'm, you know, what Aquarius is really good for is it can come off in terms of rigidness, and sometimes they can be very rigid, but it's like standing up for your beliefs and knowing what your beliefs are, and not like, I don't know, it's being very firm in yourself, like you're, I don't know, hopefully that makes sense to you guys. But I feel like you're boundary pushing. That's what I was getting at. It's like you getting good at boundary pushing with the universe in terms of some sort of like maybe energy work or spiritual experiences or something like that. And it might not be necessarily against the universe, but it might be in terms of your own experiences that you've had so far. And so for some of you, what that could look like is that lessening of a limiting self-beliefs that have been that restriction that are now beginning to almost expand, or like you're learning how to work within the restrictions in a co-creating nature to have these really profound experiences, and you just don't even realize, like, I know, I feel like you do. I don't know why I'm saying you don't realize, but I feel like you do, just how great they are. But maybe you don't realize how great you are, and that's kind of one of the things that's also great about you. I feel like this group's really colorful. You're probably really great at, when you wear colors, you really stand out. You like really pop, or you make the color pop, or the color makes you pop or something. So bright colors could be really good. That could be something great about you, group 3. And I feel like that connectedness that you harbor or have with the universe is one of the things that's really great about you. That different type of wisdom, one of the things that's really great about you. That sense of you are quite a mature person. I don't care what anyone says. There are some people here, if there is another person involved or some sort of situation that's put you in a position where you've like had to be defensive, it's so fair and just, and it's so factual, like it's so valid. It's just, people can say what they want, let them. And I feel like you already kind of embrace that energy, and that's also one of the things that's great about you. You're not worried. You know what matters. You know what counts. You're cutting aside the BS. You're following. The thing is, I know some people don't really appreciate it. They kind of like underestimate it or underappreciate it, the fact that you are by the book. And the thing is that you're one of these people that like keeps the cogs turning. You're like, if something, I don't know, like people don't realize how things could go awry or how they could go sideways. Some of you, I feel like you might actually be in charge of something. Some of you could be like lawyers or work in like the law system or the justice system or something like that. You might not be, but like, even if you're not like a legal practitioner of some kind, you could be like, I don't know, like a registrar or a judge, or you could magistrate. I don't even know how many different people work in the system. I'm sure there's stacks that we don't even ever come face to face with or whatnot. Some sort of policy maker or something like that. And the thing is that you're kind of like the perfect person for it, because you've got that cutting eye for what matters, and that's what makes you great. So group 3, if you've come here to learn something about yourself, it may not be one of the things that you realize. It could be. I feel like you're probably quite realistic. You're probably actually quite matter of fact. People really appreciate that about you, and you do your job well. Whoever, group 3, whatever it is that you do for work, any hobbies, anything that you do, you're good at it. You do it well. You're really good at what you do. Yeah. And I think, not only are you really good at what you do, you're really good at making people around you safe. Some of you, if you do work in like the legal system, you're really good at like there could be something here to do with like reuniting families or keeping people safe, and so that's really important. It's really great that you do that, and I think that you do it in such a fair way where even when people are defensive, you're still able to like kind of push past that, not push past, because that's kind of like an invasive or volatile way of like a type of language. It's not really pushing past, but it's like, we can set this aside, we can look at it for exactly what it is. Overall, in the greater scheme of things, what is most important here. We know this is typically what happens when this happens, and this is typically what happens when this happens. And so like the best we can do is kind of be the mediary or the third party, or like we can come between or bridge the gap here in some way. Bridging the gap, group 3, you're extremely great at bridging the gap here. And you have, whether you are a spiritual person or not, and if you're not a spiritual person, God, I hope you got to this point in the video, because it just, you've had to wade through that kind of spiritual stuff to get to this part. You have such a profoundly healing impact on the families that you help, or the people that you engage with. Some of you could be like community service type workers, or you like are helping people navigate, helping the people navigate the community, or like adverse situations or something like that. So like people that are like fleeing sort of violent situations, or like homeless, or I don't know. Some of you, if you are a policy maker, you're great at it. Just don't ever not, like, don't, I almost want to cry, because it's like, you're so good. You don't even know how good you are at like the work that you do. It means a lot. I feel like it is no accident in which you do this type of work if you do it, okay? Some sort of like humanitarian aspect here, and you might, the thing is that people aren't going to give you your justice or the appreciation. I think a lot of people kind of do. The people that know, that understand, the people that understand what you do, they know. There are a lot of people that don't, because they're too busy being stuck in this defensive position where they are really just trying to protect themselves, and they're maybe not really going to get past that, and that's okay, because that's the level that they're at, and that's all that matters. But I don't think you would know how great you are, or how great of an impact that you have in people's lives. You may have to be the person that like says the hard, fast rule and lays down the law, even if you're not like in the legal system. That just, there's something about the way that you kind of, I don't know if you take charge of a situation, or you kind of like weigh in, and what you say really matters. You're really important. The work that you do is really important. And it's kind of for like a safety of everybody. Yeah. So, okay, something like that. Do we have anything else here for group 3? God, I feel a bit emotional after that. So I wonder if some of you kind of do. Maybe some of you haven't really been told how great you are, or the things that you are great at. And like maybe some of you just didn't understand that about yourselves. And so some of you are like, whew, maybe some of you could have never really dreamed where you would end up, or from where you came from. Maybe some of you have really had to traverse that adversity in life. And so it's like part of like what's giving you a mission, or some sort of purpose, or some focal point of things to work towards in life, and you've done well. It's like Spirit is giving you a kudos in life, like you've ticked the boxes of your soul's journey. Like this group, I feel like you haven't just eaten into bad karma. I feel like you've done wonders for whatever it is that you're a part of. So, whew. Really honored to have you here, group 3. Okay, do we want to take another card? I don't know if we do. All right, what's this? Okay, now that aside, something that we haven't really touched on, because it seems that we touch more on like professional stuff or kind of spiritual stuff. We did kind of talk about keeping people safe and like community building and that sort of thing. I can't remember if we really talked too much about family or like fulfillment and stuff. And it kind of is going down that same path of like, I actually feel like group 3, like in line with that keeping people safe, whether it's a community or a family. I feel like you probably do have a closer knit family. You're great at fostering that safe place. You're like, you allow other people around you to fill them, like to, I don't know what it is. You all get to live fulfilled lives because you help foster that. Like you're very discerning. You're very good at keeping people safe. You're smart people. I feel like group 3, you're quite smart. You see things other people don't. Because of you, your family or your community, your workplace, your friend circle, whatever it is, the people that you work with, whatever, if you are in some sort of legal system, people's lives are better because of you. Yeah. Okay. All right. I just wanted to sit with this for a second and see if we get any last words. Okay, that's kind of it. I do want to say this could have made some of you a little bit emotional, despite like some of the energy that we did touch on or have come through. And so for some of you, it may be like a nice time to kind of like do something that you do find fulfilling or enjoying, I can't speak. You may want to do something that you enjoy or that does make you feel more fulfilled, or spend time around your supportive people in your life to kind of embrace that or nurture your heart for like, I don't know, I want to say the next couple of days. It may not necessarily be that. You may just pick up the phone to a friend or a family member, I'm not sure. And if it's not that, I feel like, I don't know, for some of you, it may be your turn to receive, but yeah, I don't know, there's something else here. I think just do something for you. Today, it's like Spirit today wants you to do something for you. And I think it'll make you feel better. Just because like sometimes when a lot of stuff comes up, you know, it might bring up stuff from like the past or whatever, or part of your journey to get here may have been like a tricky one. This group kind of gives me the energy that you may not have taken a moment to look back at how far you've come, and that in itself could be a lot to kind of contend with emotionally. Yeah. Anything else? I kind of get the sense here that when all else seems like hopeless or something like that, or the world is devoid or lacking color or lackluster or something, to like kind of put the focus back on the family and the loved ones and the close people around you and kind of pour into them. I feel like that's something that kind of gives this pile some joy, and that's really great. It's kind of lovely to have people like that around. So group 3, I hope you take care of yourselves and you do what you can to kind of enjoy your life, knowing that what you do is very important and very impactful. You have lots of great qualities despite whether others see it or not. It's not about them, it's about you, and you don't realize how great you are. And I feel like you kind of make the colors a bit brighter to the people in your lives. So yeah. Okay, take care. Okay. Welcome group 4. If you chose the Peach Moonstone, then this will be your reading for today on the things that make you great. I think I just want to start by saying that some of you just, you don't know your own strength, and you don't know, I don't know what it is. It's like you've had to do a lot with maybe not a lot. Like you've had to somehow make things work for you in an environment that had like little resources of some kind. And so you have done really well at growing or coming from what you had. You've made things work for you. And I think you've found a way to take care of yourselves to a point to get you to where you are, that you should, I don't know, it's like a point of, what is it? It's like, I don't see expansion here, but it doesn't mean that you aren't big and strong. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, there's like a true strength. There's a bit of a wisdom here. I think people underestimate you. I think this group could have a tendency to be a bit of a dark horse. Yeah, we do have Saggy here. So, okay, so we have like Saggy, Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio. If that vibes for you as confirmation, it doesn't matter if it doesn't. I think some of you have had to leave hard situations where you had like a lot of responsibilities or burdens. Maybe you've had like a long, hard kind of journey, or you've just had to really go without, or it's been a lot of work or something like that, okay? And so you've had the chance to be able to like start over. And I don't know if you went to a different place or you just started out like yeah, I kind of feel like, I don't know if this group had to leave a home or a workplace. I don't know, you had to leave something behind. I feel like it was a bit of a forced energy. I don't, like, it was, you obviously had to make the choice to leave, and you did, which is great because you've been able to cut away whatever that was. The thing is that it's like you were able to leave your situation, but some of the conflict from whatever it was or whatever was happening, whoever created it, whoever, some of you, I have to say it, that there's like strong themes of control in relationships. This is a trigger warning for you now. So if this is something that would be a lot for you to kind of contend with, whether it's mentally or emotionally, or you may not have a lot of support or the mental space to be able to, you know, dip into that space, it's okay to click off the reading. You do not need to watch it. It will be there. My readings are timeless. You can come back in 2 years' time if you want to, if you feel like it's something that matters to you, or that you'll have like sufficient help then to kind of traverse a reading. I don't even know if it's like that extreme, but I want to give you the chance to kind of honor and nurture yourself if those themes are just going to be too much. Okay, all right. So the thing is that when you've left this situation, it's like you've not truly been able to leave all of it. Okay, it's like, I want to say the word captor, like whoever it was or whatever it was that was exerting some type of control dynamic over you is still trying to tear you down or cause conflict, or like the conflict's following you from the leaving of the situation. So for some of you, what may have happened is maybe it was kind of good and well while you were there and it wasn't too bad. There was only like so much that could kind of go on, but when you left, it really like fired up this person or escalated the situation in some manner. And I feel like you could be traversing, in some ways, less of a burden, but more of a conflict. And so it's like, I feel like you will find, here's the thing, is that you will find your happiness. Some of you are going to have to like pour into and explore things that make you happy and fulfilled in the long term. There's something here about, if you're able to focus on those things, it's going to help with that, like managing that conflict. So like what really matters to you, and what, like if you have kids here, if some of you have left some sort of relationship and you got kids from the relationship and you've been able to sort of semi get away from the person, but maybe not totally because you do have children with them. My heart goes out to you. I understand that's not a situation for everybody. Focusing on your kids and pouring into them, or like just doing fun things with them, or just making the most out of every day is probably going to be what's like really helpful, right? And sometimes we don't really feel like it, like taking the kids to a water park or going for a bike ride or whatever it is, but I do feel like getting out and about with them and just making the most of that moment there, that day, that afternoon. And if the sun is out, make the most of it, so that when it does rain, you got to make the most of that sunny moment. And I feel like it's going to help give you whatever it is that you need to kind of endure this situation, or to make the best out of it that you possibly can. And I feel like there's more here to this, and I just, yeah. Okay, so I feel like the first point of like what is great about you group 4 is that that's something that you're already doing and you're already really good at it, and it needs to be said, and I don't think you give yourself enough credit for it. Some of you, if you are a parent, you could have like terrible mum guilt or terrible dad guilt, or like whatever it is, and you feel like you don't do enough for your children, or you don't like foster a happy environment or something because of what you've had to kind of traverse through and face. But I feel like Spirit wants you to know that that is what you are great at. Your kids are happy and they love you and they're making the most of it. You're doing well. I understand that's not everybody's circumstance, but it had to be said for some people here because they do not understand how great they are as a parent, okay? I feel like some of you have particularly had shade thrown at you about the type of parenting or the parent that you are or something. I don't know what that situation is. I don't want to go too deep into it because, again, with that trigger warning and respecting people's like kind of personal space and well-being, but you're great at it. You're truly good at giving your kids what they need, and you just don't know it. I really want to cry, but okay. Whew. Now that we've got that, I feel like we need to quickly do like a little Palo Santo, and just kind of like do a little clearing, do a little grounding of that energy, because it can be a lot to contend with, and when we do kind of slip into lower vibrations, it can be easier to kind of, you can just set yourself up to face more of them sometimes, not always, and it's not something we should think about or get on a loop or like, you know, get anxiety over or focus on too much. But some of you working with the smoky quartz may be really great and helpful for you at this time, or the peach moonstone. I feel like some of you need to call on your guides or your ancestors, and just ask that they are, I feel like they are there, but I feel like you may not be so sure, or maybe they kind of are there, but they're kind of like doing other things, but they don't realize how much, I don't know, that there's something here where it's like, you just, if you could find a way to tap in with them. Some of you may have had your focus pulled away from tapping in with your guides or ancestors or universe or intuition, if you are a person that's that way inclined. Working with a peach moonstone could help you with like your third eye. So even if it's not like a spiritual concept or energetic type thing, which it is, everything's energy, but for some of you it's like a clarity and a direction in your mind that you probably, I don't know, it's like it's helping you see things that you couldn't see before. Some of you it will be a type of insight, some of you it will be hope, some of you it will be like, I kind of get the sense of faith. It's almost like I want to say the universe wants you to have faith, okay? They want you to know that you are a great parent, or if you're not a parent, you're like great at looking after people, or you're great at like making the best out of like the current moment that you have at hand, okay? So you don't have to be a parent, but it's just that strong message there for those of you that are. Some of you may not, I have to mention it for those that it's relevant for, and then we'll, again, trigger warning, we'll move on from it. Some of you may have had bubs that didn't kind of make it all the way, and my heart goes out to you. I'm going to put a trigger warning for this group in the description box, because it's just a lot to contend with, okay? Anyway, but it's like the universe wants you to know that you've done great. Yeah, you've done extremely well with everything that you've had to face. Oh. All right, let me not cry on camera. Okay, even if it has nothing to do with children, Group 4, you are great at facing adversity, overcoming the challenges, overcoming oppression, overcoming people's control. You're great at breaking free. You're great at finding strength, inner strength. You muster, and you are a whole beast on your own. You're so incredibly strong, even if you don't know that you are. You are a force to be reckoned with, and I think that's one of the things that like people kind of want to, they don't want you to know how great you are. They don't want you to know how strong you are. Not everyone, you know, not everyone's like that. And I feel like this would be a group that needs to hear that, because you may have just suffered a lot at the hands of other people, okay? The thing is that you're going into a new start. And if you haven't already, some of you, it's just around the corner. And that when you go to this new start, to this new place or this new phase of your life, whatever it is, you know, you've got experience under your belt now that you didn't before. And that is one of the things that's great about you. Not everyone has that understanding, okay? Not everyone has that insight. Not everyone knows. Not everyone has that discernment. Not everyone. I feel for you, and Spirit wants you to know how loved you are and how great you've done. And I think that there's a great beginning, or the rest of your life ahead of you, even if you still have to face certain like kind of conflicts and stuff. Some of you, it's not super like crazy conflict. It's just people trying to compete with you because they see you as this like sort of strong, silent type, or a bit of a dark horse, okay? Now that we're in a bit of a lighter energy and we're kind of like on another track for like some of the things that are great about you. It's one of the things that's truly great about you. You are underestimated, unexpected, and people don't see you coming, Group 4. It's like a specific type of strength that you have that is truly great, because you don't have to go around exerting yourself and asserting yourself and telling everyone how great you are. You just are great. You are strong. You're smart. I feel like you can kind of You're content with doing what you have to in the background to free yourself up. And I think a lot of people wouldn't understand some of the things that you've been through. It's maybe that they wouldn't understand, but it might be that they wouldn't pick you for it because you actually you don't go around pushing it in everyone's face, and you kind of use it as like a bit of a standing. Some of you, it's like you use it as a way to stand up tall, or there's like a certain type of backbone that you've got, or there's it's been a fundamental building block. There's something here, it's makes you really strong and really solid. And I feel like in this time, for whatever the situation was that you're in, like I said, it might not necessarily be a relationship, although I feel like there was definitely people there that it really was very strongly. For some of you, it could have just been growing up in some sort of cultural, some sort of place where it was really hard work to just survive, okay? And I feel like while you were in that stage of your life, you were really working the muscles for what it was that you had access to. There was something here akin to a great mindfulness and paying attention to the things that went on and working out what you need and want and how to kind of traverse situations. I feel like another thing, group 4, that you're actually truly great at, I think I may have already said, I may be starting to repeat myself, so we'll just try to I'll get it out and we'll move forward. But it's just navigating truly tricky situations. You've done so well and you're so adept. Group 4, you are great at just maneuvering in ways that people probably shouldn't be able to. And I feel like you don't have a single malintended bone in your body, which is one of the other things that makes you truly great. You're a great survivor. You have truly great strengths. Even if you don't really resonate with being a survivor, and some of you may not really see that as a positive, there's I don't know if I want to say there's a ferocity in your soul, or there's I just keep wanting to talk about strength. I don't know. Okay. All right, let's see. What else have we got for group 4? Hopefully something a little bit more lighthearted or uplifting. Some of you have a great physique or physical strength or something, as well as a mental clarity or adeptness or swiftness or something. Some of you are actually really great contenders in which you make people feel a little bit they may want to compete with you because they may feel a little bit threatened at times. And some of you are just really great, group 4, at just making the most of those good moments in life. I think we did say that. Okay. Yeah, there's more to the happiness. Some of you are great at showing other people how to live a happy life. Some of you are great at finding the happiness and at harboring the right word? Honing the happiness. Some of you are so adept at finding the happiness in life that it pours out of you. It's contagious. You spread it to other people. You're so happy, and you walk in the room and you light up other people's you make someone's day. Yeah, you make it brighter, better. People have fun or something like that, or they just feel okay. I don't know. It's there's a nurturing, fun quality here or something like that. Happiness. I don't know. Are you still group 4? I kind of feel like you are great at being happy despite everything that's happened. Maybe that's why you're so happy. It's because when you know the things that you've had to experience, it's it doesn't take much for you to be happy. Okay, more. All right, I feel like we've kind of done that. I just want to see if we take a second to get anything else come through here. All right, I want to take one of these cards. Hopefully this reading wasn't too heavy for you, group 4. I know that we do get quite heavy themes come through sometimes, and it is because it's meant to be something that's there's a lot of validation and acknowledgement that can come through in readings like this, even if they do dip us down into places that are kind of uncomfortable. Sometimes it's just for terms of processing or releasing an emotion, and it's not always so that we can live in the depths of emotions and all the rough stuff. There is a lot of point and purpose to it, and it can actually really help us. And if it's nothing else but recognizing your own beauty, then that's what it is. Okay, in choosing embodied presence at this moment, I attain clarity, recognize my innate empowerment, and awaken my natural healing energies. I feel like that's like the perfect way to like kind of wrap this up. Group 4, I almost meant to say group 3. So group 3 could be helpful to you if you really felt drawn to it. Could be like a confirmation. I feel like some of you might still want to look at this card. So I know, like that. Or Triskelion could be like quite a protective symbol or emblem for you. If it's not one that you're already drawn to or something, maybe it's a call for you to find something that is kind of protective, because we do have like the evil eye. I think it's Eye of Horus actually, symbol there as well. Something like that might be nice. And like bright colors could be helpful. Some of you like tattoos, and maybe getting a tattoo would like help you honor yourself in some way. A bit of a weird side note there, but I don't want to lose where we were at, because I had something else that we were trying to, I know. I feel like group 4, you need to go get a massage or something. Go do something for yourself and just like rest your body or give back to yourself. It doesn't even have to be much. It could just be one thing. Even if you can't afford like a full body massage, go get like your feet done for half an hour or something. I don't know. Whatever, it's something good for your soul, something good for your body, something good for your soul. Give back to yourself, because you've just had to navigate a lot of pish in your life, and just lots of love, lots of good energy. I don't want you to define your life by the things that you've had to traverse, but you have to understand there's like a great immense of, you're just so strong and you're really great at navigating what you've had to. Don't get too down on yourself. I almost want to say group 4, if it's not something that you're already great at, it's something that you can work on becoming great at, is admiring yourself. Okay, self-love, self-compassion. Yeah. Hopefully this resonated for you, and I'll see you all in another reading. Thanks.